Well, to understand what this means for the region, let's speak to Zahir Shah Sherazi, security and Taliban affairs expert, joining us live from Peshawar. Sir, thank you so much for joining us once again. So yes, nearly 5 years into the Taliban rule, armed resistance has spread to Badakhstan. And does this expansion suggest the regime's control over the north is genuinely weakening?
Well, Tom, thank you very much. I think we had been often discussing it that these small revolts, I think they had gone into a full-fledged rebellion now. Almost 3-4 provinces in northern Afghanistan, starting from Panjshir Valley to Kapisa, Badakhshan, and Herat. These are very important provinces of Afghanistan. Mineral rich, they are resource rich, and one of the beautiful fruit producing areas, minerals like there are a number of gold mines, even the gold are lying all around. And the major reason how these Afghan Resistance Front, Afghan Freedom Front, and now Sipayan-e-Mehem, a new group which is led by Qayyum Malang. And I would just little bit give you a brief of that. In Badakhshan, mostly Pamiri and Tajik nationalities are living there. And the way the Afghan Taliban wanted to impose their will, the way they wanted to take over the resources, I think it has forced these northern nations like Uzbeks, Tajiks, and Hazaras to rise up. And I think this is a very serious issue. And during the last 2001 regime of Afghan Taliban, similarly, the northern provinces were the first to rise against what they told the tyrant rule, the hard-line orthodox religion imposed on them. So that was the main reason. Again, there is also another incident where in Takhar, some of the Taliban commanders wanted to hand over locals' land to the Taliban commanders there, and a number of women came out on the streets, and they even forced the Taliban fighters to drove out. So I think these incidents are a clear message that the Afghan Taliban regime, they had started teetering, and there is no truth in their claims that they are united and they are controlling Afghanistan overall.
And so the TTP and BLA, I should say, fighters operate from Afghan soil. Can Kabul still credibly deny sanctuary while it's struggling to secure its own convoys?
Well, I think earlier the intelligence reports given to Mullah Haibatullah, the Afghan Supreme Commander, he was, repeatedly warned that these militant groups like the TTP, BLA, Daesh, IS Khorasan, these are very dangerous, and they can also create law and order problem for even the Afghan Taliban regime, and that is happening. Also, there are reports in some central province of Nimroz where the locals has taken up arms against the TTP and the BLA fighters because what they believe these are outsiders and they wanted to create a law and order situation there. So it means not only the Afghan Taliban regime's strategy of using TTP and BLA as a leverage to pressurize Pakistan, blackmail Pakistan, that has started now drifting away. Now there is also a report by the former CIA official Sarah Adams, and she today has also called on the United States and us to stop funding and sending money to Afghan Taliban because more than 30 armed militant groups, they are a serious threat. And Tom, I think the important thing is these are not only internal clashes because once the people are the general public, they start joining the armed groups like Afghan Resistance Front, which is led by Ahmed Massoud, Yasin Ziad's Afghan Freedom Front, and the new groups which are now prompting up from within the Taliban, like especially the Afghan Taliban commander Juma Khan Fateh. He was stripped of his power by Mullah Haibatullah. So it means he's also kind of resisting against the Afghan Taliban regime. But the way the reinforcement are sent, it means the Afghan Taliban regime wanted to fight. And if this fight goes on, I think the Northern Alliance, the Panjsheris, they are very powerful. And when the Herat's Ismail Khan's forces, if they join them, I think Afghan Taliban regime would be in a very serious trouble.
And so with multiple resistance fronts of the NRF and AFF, and even with newer groups all operating simultaneously, what does this suggest to the world regarding the Taliban rule?
Well, I think this is a very serious issue. It's not one front. Now you have political front, you have the Afghan Resistance Front, you have the Afghan Freedom Front, you have this Sipayan-e-Mehem, then you have your own commanders deserting, And a very important thing, and one of the exclusive thing I would like to share with you, that even the close allies of Mullah Haibatullah, like Mullah Sirajuddin Haqqani, who is one of the powerful Afghan Taliban commander leading the Haqqani group, Mullah Yaqub, the son of former Taliban Supreme Leader Mullah Umar, he is also have serious reservations and serious differences with the central hardline Mullah Haibatullah and its close allies. So it means the Kandahar Taliban, they are feeling a lot of, you can say that they are feeling alienated, and mostly they are alone. And another development is going on. Mullah Haibatullah has also raised a special force, which they have described as the Haibati force, and that would be only responsible for the security of the key Taliban, Orthodox Taliban Haibatullah group's commander. So it means there is also a serious rift among the Afghan Taliban, the ruling Afghan Taliban groups like Sirajuddin Haqqani group, Mullah Yaqub, as well as you might not have heard about Amir Khan Muttaqi. He had gone to attend some kind of a conference in the Middle Eastern countries, but he hasn't turned back. So it means a lot is going on. Then there is also a statement from the former jihadi commander, Abdul Rasul Sayaf, and he has also called upon the tyrant Afghan Taliban regime to stop atrocities against the Northern Alliance, or they would be, raising up arms against them.
Sir, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.